Celtics put on an absolute clinic against the Knicks in their first game of the season. You can already tell they're, in full form. They're gunning for it. They're ready to repeat. They're ready to, win another 60 plus games this season. And, they weren't hesitant in the first game of the season. They were ready to shoot, and that's exactly what they did. So in the first, half of the first game, they put up like 77 points. I think it was 77, right? I think 74 actually, but anyways, they tied the 3-point record for the entire game, and they had 17 threes in the first half. So I just want to take a look at some of those first half possessions and see what went right for the Celtics in that first half. So immediately they're going to go to a Tatum pick and roll with Cat's man. This is the first possession of the game, literally first possession of the game. You can see 11:52 on the clock, first quarter. Immediately they go to a pick and roll. They're putting Cat in the action. They know that Cat is the weakest, defender in space. I think Brunson, is still a little stocky. He can get in, get his hands in the pocket and whatever. But Tatum knows he can pretty much manipulate Cat how he wants if he wants to in space. And the first thing he sees is, space right there. He's not even closing out, to the level. He's kind of like almost in a drop. Maybe at the level, I guess you could say, of the screen. But Tatum immediately sees that, and then even then he even takes a dribble. He even takes a dribble and sees, what is Cat gonna do on this play? He's staying back. He's worried about the drive. Even though I feel like teams might have to switch up their philosophies when they play the Celtics, you kind of have to live with the twos, with the drives, and stop the threes. That's what you gotta do against Celtics. You gotta stop the threes because it just creates a bombardment basically. So right away Tatum sees it, pulls up. His shooting form is looking pretty solid this season, and he cans a three. So immediately targets Cat, gets a pretty open three, pretty comfortable three for his standards. Once again, they kind of disguise it with the Tatum Jaylen Brown pick and roll. Cat's looking at the ball, but he got to keep his man in sight as well, and loses Horford, or maybe he's trying to see. Maybe that was their game plan, let Horford shoot, maybe let Tatum shoot in the first quarter, see how they actually shoot. Because, Tatum has a tendency to take some bad shots, but Horford, you can't really leave him that wide open. That's like a practice three, That's like when the coach is passing it to the guy and the coach is just kind of lightly contesting it, like in pregame and stuff. So that's a pretty open three. Barely gets a contest on that three-pointer from Horford. And this is without Porzingis, right? So, that just shows how dangerous the Celtics are. And then this is loose ball. Jrue Holiday, he sees people making threes. Obviously, Mazzulla's philosophy is threes. He has the guy wide open right now. I think it's Jaylen Brown, or Derek White, Derek White, probably one of the best corner three-point shooters. And everything is going right for the Celtics in the first couple minutes. And the Knicks are actually shooting well with their twos, but like I said, they're shooting twos. They're making twos. Jalen Brunson was actually like almost perfect in the first quarter, and almost in the first half he was almost perfect, but he was settling for tough twos while the Celtics were getting pretty easy threes. Once again, they kind of get confused on defense. Who's guarding who? I think this is just like on a this is just on a miss or make, I forget. But Derek White just dribbles the ball up. They don't get matched up. Who's guarding who? Jrue Holiday is trailing the play. Cat is, I don't know who he's guarding. I feel like Josh Hart's guarding Jaylen Brown, but Brunson, I don't know. He should communicate, or Cat, he sees everything. He should be the one communicating, or even OG. Like, there's a trailer behind you. Nobody picks him up, and then he passes up, extra pass for another easy three. This time, Tatum gets in his bag. Is that Sims? I think he's immediately backing up. You can tell they're kind of running this Spain action where this guy gets a screen and then Hauser's going to set the screen on Sims, but Tatum just reads it pretty well, and he just sees that Sims is he's almost expecting the screen too much, and he forgets about the guy with the actual ball in his hands, and Tatum's able to step up into a wide open three. So you can tell now they're in their rhythm. Now Tatum's gonna be dribbling. He's gonna be manipulating that again. Is that the same play? I don't even remember. Don't even know if they actually accidentally repeated it or not. But that's it. No, that's a different play actually, because yeah, Hauser was setting the back screen last time. They kind of almost kind of do the same thing, but with Derek White this time. And Sims, he's kind of expecting the screen, but he's also worried about Cornet's drive. But Tatum once again walks into another pretty open three. And they're probably one of the best 3-point shooting teams, in the last, probably this century, to be honest. So, and so many shooters on the court. Horford's not in this time. Cornet's in, but they still have so many shooters on the court that doesn't even matter. This, like I said, Tatum is getting in his rhythm now. Obviously, he was feeling it this game. Felt good about just taking people off the dribble, manipulating defenders, and played pretty well. This time they kind of missed an easy lob. Like I said, you see other people shooting threes. Drew Holiday, he's like, might as well take one myself. Once again on the sideline, out of bounds play. Looks like Campaign is chasing Hauser. Knicks had a weird lineup with Campaign and Deuce McBride. They were getting out rebounded as well. So I felt like it was just, obviously Tibbs is still experimenting with his new lineups, new rotations, but I feel like Payne and McBride can't really play them at the same time, especially against the Celtics. With their size, athleticism, tenacity of rebounding, and just overall offensive, execution and efficiency. Yeah, Hauser gets a pretty open three. McBride realizes it too late that he's wide open. And that's the thing, they could switch that. Payne and McBride, they're almost like the same size. I don't know. No communication on that end. This time, you can see on this play, actually, they're targeting Cat once again, putting him in pick and roll. And you see right away, Sam Hauser, he sees that Deuce McBride's kind of overplaying this drive. So he's going to clear out. Pritchard's going to slide over. He's smart enough to do that. As soon as he plays over, then Campaign has a choice. Do I run out to the shooter and then let Hauser, let somebody else deal with Hauser on the back end, on the, at the rim? And Payne should probably just, if I'm coaching, and I'm sure Knicks coaches will be telling him the same thing, just run out to Pritchard and then we, rotate on the weak side. But this time, he just leaves him wide open. But also Cat, he's got to be quicker than that. Like, either if you're going to stay with him, stay. And McBride also, I guess it wasn't really Cat's fault because he switched it. He switched that play. Yeah, he pretty much just takes the switch. McBride doesn't need help. It's actually, kind of on McBride and then Payne, I guess, if you want to tell him. Just take the 3-point shooter. Forget about the rim. This time, kind of a loose play, offensive rebound. Like I said, offensive. You got a rookie and you got McBride and you got Payne and you got Towns, who's not the most elite athlete at getting rebounds. So you got Payne closing out on Horford. Obviously, it's just a broken play, but Horford probably doesn't even see Payne in his line of sight. This time, Drew Holiday kicks it out to Jaylen Brown. So many, driving kicks. There's nobody even like in the vicinity of Jaylen Brown. Let's see where Drew Holiday is. So McBride's on him. McBride slides in. And Anunoby's got to be running out probably to Drew Holiday, I would say. And then, but he doesn't. He's a little bit lazy and a little bit late on the kick out. Nobody realizes it. Drew Holiday's wide open. And Sam Hauser gets the offensive rebound. Got 3 Knicks in that paint, almost. Campaign is kind of covering 2 guys here. Obviously a broken play on an offensive rebound, but a wide open 3 for Jaylen Brown. He even takes a step to gather himself. Now Tatum's just, he's just getting in his bag. He's made some few, step up threes, wide open threes, comfortable threes. Now he's, testing the difficulty on these shots now. This time they send 2 to the ball. As soon as you do that against the Celtics, you're kind of cooked. Unless your rotations are really elite. Jalen Brunson helps on the dunker spot of Derek White, which you can't really blame him, I guess. He's wide open under the rim. So Cornet sees the floor. makes a pivot. Good job of just, staying his feet on the ground, not, traveling or anything like that. Kicks it out to Peyton Pritchard, who makes the extra pass to Derek White. Once again, they're putting the Sims in rotation or in the pick and roll. That's an excellent pass from Tatum with the left hand. Almost knocks out Luke Cornett, but Derek White, excellent. Just basically catch and shoot into the three. And you could tell on that one, they have so much good chemistry. They know exactly when the passes are gonna be, where the passes are gonna be. He immediately, shakes up to this, wing area, or you saw Pritchard before going down to the corner area as soon as, two people get on the ball. It's, simple plays like that they just make the pass easier for your teammates, This time, once again, Tatum in his bag, just jab steps Mikal Bridges, and the Knicks were pretty much done after that. So pretty much the game was almost over, by that point. It was like a 25-point game. And like I said, even though the Knicks were shooting kind of efficiently, they were shooting mostly twos, while the Celtics got hot from three. And once the team gets hot from three, the game's kind of over. So, yeah, pretty special game for Tatum, pretty special game for the Celtics. And, yep, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. More videos like this throughout the season, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.